Hey there, thank you for booting up the old compute, logging in, web surfing on over to Wild Finds, and then loading up the video. Here at this thrift store on Media Monday, book CD DVDs for $1.
Welcome in, man.
What are you making, a video?
Yeah, I do for Facebook. I'm doing
Cool.
live. Super dope. I see you. Welcome to the thrift store, man. One of the best around.
So I didn't actually find anything worth grabbing at this location, but I like that intro, so I'm gonna keep it. Hey, what's going on? So I'm at the Goodwill bin store now, and I found a bunch of VHS. I usually don't find VHS here, and they're only 59 cents each, so great deal. And some interesting titles like this one, Nadine. A lot of times movies that I've never heard of, it's because they're not great. I might skip this one, but it does look somewhat intriguing, like it could be okay. Same with this one. I think I actually will grab this one called Far East. Looks pretty cool. And you got like this one, No Small Affair. I'm pretty sure I've seen this before, but I like how it's in the VHS like full flap case right there. So yeah. And this one looks pretty good, Diggstown. I've never seen this before with James Woods, Louis Gossett Jr. Boxing movie. Yeah. I might skip this one, but cool how it's in the clamshell case. This one looks pretty cool too, a war movie called In Which We Serve. This one I'm definitely gonna grab, Eye of the Tiger with Gary Busey. This looks fantastic, right up my alley. And then this one, of course, I'm grabbing Sometimes They Come Back for More. And this is, you know, as the third in the Sometimes They Come Back trilogy line there. But it seems so far removed from the first one, which is about like greasers from the 50s. This takes place in like the Antarctic. I really don't get the leap, but yeah, interesting right here. I don't know why I put that aside. Scarface doesn't have the disc. I'm gonna ask if they'll give me this case for free. Maybe they will, not sure. All the Marbles, a movie about women's wrestling with Peter Falk. And yeah, I like these cases. It's kind of crushed, but you know, I like silly movies like this. I'm sure it's pretty good. And this one looks interesting, To Catch a King. And it says beta right on there several times, meaning Betamax, but it's VHS, so I don't know why it says that. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. Love the case there. And I'll grab this one right here too. Madigan's Millions. I also found this groovy t-shirt. So nice deal there, and I did end up getting the Scarface case for free. Okay, so at the next spot here, and found some interesting shirts. This Chicago White Sox button-up Hawaiian style one, and these seem to sell for as high as $50, so definitely grabbing this one for $2. And then the t-shirts are just $1, and I'm gonna take a chance on this one. It's some amusement park in Ontario Beach, Rochester, New York, and it's a carousel tribute, 100 years, and it's from 2005, so yeah, I'll grab that. And then this one, I thought might have some resale value, The Crow. Now with the sleeves like this, I'm assuming that's a girl's t-shirt, but I'm not exactly sure. But if anyone knows for sure, if they think this is boys or girls or unisex, please let me know. And finally this one, this is really cool. The Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Halloween Show at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. And yeah. On the back it says Farewell Tour. And ooh, almost forgot about this one, the Ghostface from the Scary Movies t-shirt. Now that's what I call a super woofer. This I mean. So here at this yard sale, it seems to be 3 families selling things, so a bunch of stuff to go through. Clothing is only $1. There's this Budweiser jacket. It's not in great shape, but for the price, definitely worth picking up. Looks like it's from the 80s, maybe the 90s. This Harley Davidson shirt is from 1999. I'll grab that. Florida Gators, 2008. Might as well. This one, whatever that is. Ooh, gotta grab this one too, a starter Gators jersey. So I do okay in clothing. I'm still not an expert, but when the price is right, it's worth taking a chance. More clothing, these Playboy pajamas. I've actually done pretty good selling Playboy merchandise before, but these are just too stained. I don't think anyone wants stained, used pajamas. And then this right here, LA Laker colored high heels. Very strange. I'm gonna, should I buy these for $1? Like maybe Maybe I should buy these for $1. Heavy metal 1996 calendar, never used. That's pretty cool. How much on the calendar? $1. Nice. Another calendar right there. That's a comic from the 90s. Oh wow, even more calendars here. All brand new. Lady Death. Nice. That's cool. Walt Disney World, 1996. Got a Vince McMahon figure here. If you pull his finger, he'll poop on someone's head. Ooh, Spider-Man comics. Okay, so got a bunch of great deals here. I didn't film that much. I thought it was just a little bit awkward if I was to whip out the camera like as I'm talking to people, but I'll show you what I got here. I did get the high heels. It was basically, I bought 5 clothing items and they threw these in for free, so might as well give these a shot online. I got these Walt Disney plushies. They look really old, like they could be 60s or 70s or maybe even older. They're kind of skunky, but for the price, $5 for the box. Oh yeah!
Yeah, you hit jackpot with that one.
Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah, a bunch of old stuff here.
What's the other one? Oh, that's a little
Jiminy Cricket.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Awesome find.
Thank you, thank you. Now this one is Goofy. And you can't forget about old Mickey here. Now these right here were a great deal. I got all the calendars for $5. This one might be the most valuable one. I'm not really sure. I haven't sold too many calendars in the past. You know, expired calendars aren't usually big sellers. I think these might be an exception though, because it's just such cool artwork there. Got some CD empty binders. Got this book right here, another calendar. And for $40 got all these books and comics right here. I definitely wanted them for the Spider-Man. Now these are Marvel Tales, which are reprints of the Amazing Spider-Man. For the most part, these are Marvel Tales, but there's like Peter Parker. Here's an Amazing Spider-Man. And Spider-Man comics in general are becoming a lot more valuable, and they're definitely collectible. And I love Spider-Man. He's one of the few characters that I collect for. And heck yeah. More comics here, a lot of 90s stuff, which I used to buy when I was a kid. The #1 issues, I thought they would be worth tons of money. They're not, but you know, at the time, I thought they were gold. But this one is pretty cool, the Punisher War Journal #1. So I did one more sweep and I found this James Brown one. And I looked it up. This sells for about $90, mint condition, and it's heavily scratched, but still for $1 worth grabbing. So now at a Goodwill bin store, it's funny when you see printers in the wild because it is a very good price, but what are the chances that these actually work? So I'd never actually want to buy one. Oh, that's a good price, $1.99 for a miniature toilet. Oh, and here we have a True Blood autographed graphic novel. That's kind of cool. And this is very cool right here. A tribute to Iron Maiden, the Number of the Beast CD. And this right here, Striper, brand new and sealed 3-inch CD. So 3-inch CDs are definitely a novelty. It seems like they didn't make many of these. So I was very surprised when GameCube decided to use these for their system. So at the next spot right here, it's called Renegers. And some people might consider this a flea market, but I don't, because it's all permanent shops. So it's kind of more just like a dirt mall, if you've ever watched the movie Mallrats. And yeah, I didn't find very much, except over here they have CDs for $1, and there were a lot of obscure ones. And we'll take a look at those now. Back to the Future soundtrack CD. Now I found this on cassette a bunch of times. It actually seems harder to find the CD, and there it is right there. Also, this soundtrack seems pretty obscure. The Killing Field. Nice. Now, this one seems to be a German release. I don't know, like, who this woman is, but a website I use called Discogs. I use that to research music sometimes, and it says this one's worth over $100, and I really don't get it. But yeah, good score. Now this one right here is funny, Mr. Methane. I'm a big fan of the comedian David Cross, and he kind of talks about this guy in a comedy special where he says at the Montreal Comedy Festival, he worked his whole life to get there, and he was upstaged by a guy passing gas. And yeah, so that's like this guy's whole act, and yeah. I'm sure it's somewhat comical, but he looks like a huge doofus. There's this one, Worse Than Slime. This seems like a pretty obscure compilation album right there. Marking Beauty's Still Brand New soundtrack. We got the Monty Python. The album of the soundtrack of the trailer of the film of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This seems pretty obscure. Monty Python, very funny group, obviously. And I found this to be interesting. Warning, this record can only be played once. Obviously, that's a joke, and it's a funny joke, but I bet that cost them album sales. It's funny that they would put something so, like, crazy on the back on there. Nice. Edgar Winters and... Are they related, Johnny Winters? They both kind of have a similar look going on there. Bunch of Johnny Winters ones. These seemed pretty obscure. Gotta love Weird Al. And then this one, I've never seen this one before. It's a single for the song Headline News. And it's a parody of the Crash Test Dummies right there. Got a bunch of these Rick Derringer ones. These seem pretty obscure too. As you can see, it's a lot of stuff from the 80s that probably hasn't really been printed very much since. So some of these have good value. So very cool. These ones seem really obscure. All of these are brand new, and it's a group called Good Rats. It kind of, I don't know what... It almost looked like it would be like a punk band, but I don't think they're punk. I think they're kind of just like, I don't know, kind of like Rick Derringer, like... A little bit gritty, like rock and roll. Now this release is the same as this one, except this one comes in this like bizarre case. I've never seen a CD come like that before. Kind of interesting. Got these ones. I don't know what that is, Sparks Collection, but it seemed like it was valuable, so I grabbed that. Limp is a pop punk band. Kind of unfortunate that their name's Limp, and then Limp Bizkit became hugely popular. Because, like, you know, how do you stand out with the name Limp when everyone just thinks of Limp Bizkit? Personally, I like them a lot better than Limp Bizkit. I was never into like new metal when it was new. I do like some like Korn songs, and Limp Bizkit does have a few good songs, but overall, I really wasn't that into them. But I did like this group. Underrated right here. Got the George Carlin Occupation Fool CD, still brand new. This one is definitely long out of print, so that's a really cool find right there. A flock of seagulls. This just looks like a really old printing. You can kind of tell it's, I don't know if anyone else cares about this, but it's just interesting to me how, like, they're a little bit different, some CDs that are old. Like, see how that, like, little bar right there is longer than on newer CDs? Again, I know, like, who really gives a crap? But just kind of interesting to me. And it has, like, the 3 holders for the booklet right there. Interesting stuff, I know. So, yeah, finally we have these two right here. David Edmonds and a group called Weird Harold. I don't think these guys were like big or anything, kind of just like a local group, but yeah, I wanted to check that one out. And those have been my wild finds. I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time around.